Political speculation is swirling around former Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg after recently stepping down from her position. She announced that she's turned Facebook's business from startup to a digital advertising empire. She left the company after 14 years, one of the highest profile and most successful women in tech, selling nearly $2 billion in Facebook stock. Now, some people are wondering whether her next move will be into politics. Joining us now is Callie Hayes, tech reporter for Business Insider, who first reported on this story. Callie, thank you for being here with us. Now, obviously we know Sandberg has many career achievements at this point, but why is she suddenly getting traction in the political world?
I think it's less than sudden. She more or less started her career in politics, actually. She worked for Larry Summers when he was Treasury Secretary under Clinton for, I think, 7 or 8 years. So she definitely has a background. And I think her time at Meta, which was 14 years, really involved a lot of not only political machinations, but dealings with politicians. So I think she's just incredibly well known. She's definitely one of the most famous executives of all time. And I think that kind of profile plays into a potential political seat somewhere at some time.
Well, talk to us about why politicians seem to be eyeing business leaders when it comes to politics. Is that something that's always happened? Is that something that is more of a current happening?
I think it's probably always happened to some extent. I think maybe in the last decade or so, it's become a huge boon for somebody to be able to say, look, I ran this multi-billion-dollar company, I could run this small town, or I could really run this section of a state and or this segment of a government. I think people take it as a little bit of work experience for politics.
And Sandberg leaving Meta and Facebook, do you think that her absence will be a huge impact maybe in the long run?
I think it'll definitely change. The executive structure at Facebook is already changing because she's leaving. The new COO, Javier, he actually has many more people that will be reporting up to him now, and he'll be less of a public face of the company like Sheryl was, which I think in her last years of the company was maybe more of a PR mess than a good thing. So I think they're trying to move away from having like a face of the company that isn't Mark Zuckerberg. But within that, I think it'll definitely change. I think a lot of changes will come to Facebook. Sheryl was incredibly popular with advertisers. She is incredibly driven. She really did build this business from almost nothing into one of the most profitable businesses of all time. So those are all, feathers in her cap, definitely. And they're big shoes to fill, regardless.
Yeah, we'll certainly see what happens with Facebook and Meta. All right. Business Insider tech reporter Callie Hayes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.